Shut up, Claire. I have to do some TV work.
Okay.
OK, what does the monitor say? Some unfunny, bitter old woman. Who can that be? At the CBC, there are many. Ambushes the Toronto mayor. A lesbian couple claim they were thrown out of Tim Hortons. And just another day in Canada, really. Curmudgeon, columnist, best-selling author Claire Hoy. He joins me to discuss. This is heaven for you. This is meat and drink for you, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. You know, I mean, this thing, the CBC...
you can't even speak. You're having a heart attack.
Speechless. No, but I mean, it's not funny. I mean, come on. At his house, do that at City Hall. That's fair ball. But it's interesting in the story. They said, oh, well, you know, we ambush politicians all the time. And whoever that spokesperson was for the CBC was asked, well, you do it at somebody's house. And he couldn't come up with an example.
Let's show some video of someone who was funny years ago ambushing the mayor of Toronto. Let's see that now, please.
About being stubborn, though, Mayor Ford, is you always know what you're going to be thinking the next day. God love you. Take care of yourself now. Didn't go that good, did it? I only came up to say, put the plug in the jug, keep the muzzle on Doug, and for God's sake, take the cotton wool out of his ears and put it in his mouth.
I mean,
this passes as humour.
Yeah, I mean, I know humour is subjective, but you know what? She's a desperate person. It's one thing to have politics implicitly, but you've got to be funny. What's that? Colbert, for example. There's Jon Stewart, to a degree. There are politics, but they're funny first. She's not funny. It's just this hatred she has for people.
Well, you know, the thing that really is upsetting about this whole incident is that he was coming out of his house with his 5-year-old daughter.
Allegedly. We didn't see the child, but he said that, yeah.
Well, he said that. No reason to suspect he's making that up. No, they wouldn't show that because, of course, that wouldn't be a good thing for them to show, would it? And he says she was frightened, as she would be. This mad woman running up, screaming at him. I mean, come on.
Well, he has death threats. He has quite a few.
Yes, he has.
And I've had death threats as well. And if I came out in the morning and there was someone who I didn't immediately recognise screaming, and it wasn't her initially, it was other people. We've got Michael Coren. We've got Michael Coren. I would do something. I would think that there was a problem here. Her colleague, another one in the comic team, is actually funnier than her. I don't know if you remember, there was a press conference at Queen's Park, and it was talking about unemployment. And she intervened, and Peter Cormos, bless him, the NDP MPP as was, he's retired. I mean, he said, get the hell out of here. He said, people are losing their jobs. These are Hamilton steelworkers losing their jobs, and you and your $500,000 a year, you're making fun. Get out of here.
Of course, this
and they never apologise.
No, they wouldn't. But this plays into the view that I see our friend John Doyle expressed in the Globe today.
Who's he?
That he's a Globe guy, entertainment guy. Yeah. Anyway, no. But his you know, the right wingers, of course, don't have a sense of humor, and that's what he played. Except, I got to tell you, the best.
Is he a cretin?
Yeah, he is.
Right wingers don't have a sense of humor.
The best example I ever saw of somebody responding to her was years ago when Preston Manning, who's not a guy you'd think of with a good sense of humor,
no, not particularly,
came to Ottawa with the Reform Party, and they were talking about cutting everything. He came out of Parliament in the Commons in the scrum. I was there. She ran up to him and said, Mr. Manning, I understand the Reform Party wants to cut the 12 days of Christmas. And without missing a beat, he looked at her and he said, that's typical of the CBC. You always exaggerate our positions. We only want to cut 9 days of Christmas. So, I mean, come on.
Look, I'm a Brit. We know humour way better than anyone else. Satire doesn't really exist in North America. Right-wingers not funny. There's a radio, I don't know if you heard this, about a year ago when he was first elected, Rob Ford gave an interview on CBC Radio, and it says a great deal about the twin solitudes and their complete inability to really know what ordinary, real people think. Can we hear that interview now, please?
Mr. Ford, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
People are saying calling it a stunning win. What do you think that...
Things are going really well.
What drew so much
support? Chapter juniors aren't even here, eh? All right.
Hello, Mr. Ford, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Oh, you're at some event, or...?
I'm a coach. I'm a football coach.
Okay, so you're at football practice, then?
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you what's great about this. It went on. He says again, he says to the kids, now shut up about the water, just get change. He is coaching almost exclusively black kids in a rough part of Toronto who are primed for gang recruitment, to be killed, to be used as criminals. The mothers, often single mums of these kids, they love this man. He put his own money into it to give them a life. Some go to university, they have decent lives, decent careers. This is the real thing. Some CBC vacuous snob without tax dollars, she thinks, how dare you not speak to me? The CBC then air this, thinking people will react. People loved him for it.
Oh, I think so, yeah. They haven't loved him for a lot of the things he's done since, but I think at the time, yeah, they try to make fun of it. I mean, they're the CBC, and so, he should stop what he's doing. He should be honored, actually.
Let's talk about lesbianism.
Yes, let's talk about it. God help us.
A lesbian couple. Have you seen them? We're going to show a picture.
Yes.
No, mustn't. I think that maybe sexuality is not really the issue here. However, they complained that they were thrown out of a Tim Hortons because they were... May I hold your hand?
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that either. And a gentle kiss on the cheek, and I'm not even going to suggest that with you. It now turns out, other people are saying, gay people in the community. I didn't know there were so many gay people in Blenheim, Ontario.
Neither did I.
They've said, no, it's not true. The minister, the Christian minister who complained, the local gay people say, is very gay-friendly. He says they were straddling each other. They had their hands down each other's pants, for goodness sake. Yeah. And there were lots of children there, and it was inappropriate. So someone is telling lies now, but they've already, thank the Lord, gone to a Human Rights Commission.
Well, of course they have. And Tim Hortons, much to their shame, has already apologized to them. Without getting all the facts, they rushed out and apologized to the gay couple. I mean, and this is another one of these stories. It shows you the dangers of sort of modern communication when, like, within moments, that story, they were getting people from California and all over North America outraged that this minister... I mean, it fits into the theme nicely, doesn't it? He's an evangelical minister, and of course, by definition, he hates gay people and wants them eradicated from the face of the earth. I mean, that's the story. And then when you actually look into what happened, you see, I saw quoted in one of the papers, the Post actually, they quoted some gay leaders from London and from Windsor who actually said they actually spoke to the minister, which is quite unusual, to actually find out what really happened.
It's very good of them.
And it was.
Can we see the photo of the lesbian couple again? Could you put that up on the screen? Because I've got a theory here. Let's put the photograph of the gay couple on the screen. Here's my theory. I think I get it now. The one on the left, that's Mary Walsh, isn't it? Yes. This is now. This is funny. This is where the CBC do get it right. That actually is quite funny.
Well, he said he didn't even know they were a lesbian couple at first. He thought it was boy-girl.
Which is understandable.
It is, actually.
And there's nothing homophobic about that, because that could easily be the case.
It's just an inappropriate place to be making out.
Then they said a Christian youth ministry, had come to Tim Hortons to pray for their lesbian souls. Apparently it's a group of parents saying, oh, did you see what happened? They asked those people to leave.
And they were having a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, God help us. But isn't this what... I mean, whenever it has to do with gay issues, this is what happens.
Oh, you homophobe.
I know, absolutely. I need to be carted off and thrown in a rubber room.
Would you like to kiss me on the cheek before you leave?
No, I wouldn't.
I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.